Well, greetings, beloved. This is Marcus Davidson with Rock Hill Christian Fellowship in White Oak, Texas, as well as Shulamite Ministries. And in this video, I have some good news that I'd like to share with you. No, not that good news, but some other good news. And that is that this Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning, May 17th, we are going to reopen our church for regular Sunday morning meetings. So I want to speak directly to our church family in this video to let you know exactly how we're going to be doing this. First of all, let me say that we aren't going to be laying down a lot of rules and regulations for you to follow. You're all adults and you know how best to safeguard yourself and your family. You don't need us or the government telling you how to live. Now, having said that, however, we are going to be doing some things differently for a while, which will help keep us all as safe as possible. As you know, and as you've already heard a million times, people over 60 or the very young or those with underlying health issues are more susceptible to succumbing to the coronavirus should they contract it. But that is your decision to make. You need to weigh the risks and decide whether or not, if you fall into those categories, whether or not you feel safe returning to church. Now, we're going to be doing a few things that we can to help keep us safe. We'll have bottles of hand sanitizer in the foyer, in each of the restrooms, the men's and women's, and also we always keep one there back by the soundboard. And we just encourage you, as you enter the church, to use it and to use it every time you think about it. We're also going to be placing cleansing wipes, Lysol brand or similar, in each of the restrooms, and we would really appreciate it if you would help us in just wiping down all of the areas that you touch as you use those facilities so that the next person will be safe. So we'll just have those there for you to use and to help us with that. As for social distancing, it's my observation that family groups usually sit together anyway in church, but it would be a good idea to make sure that you leave plenty of room between yourself and other people, and just choose wisely where you sit. You don't want to sit directly behind someone. Let there be an aisle between you, and don't sit right side by side with someone. Let there be, they suggest at least 6 feet, but again, use your best judgment. Now, since some people will feel comfortable returning to church now, while others will prefer to wait a while longer, we're going to have to wait to open up all the different areas of the church. The cafe, for instance, will not be opening at this time, and neither will we open the children's department. So children will just need to remain with their parents. If you need to use the nursery facility, if you need to go back there to change a diaper or whatever, you're welcome to go into the nursery and do that. But otherwise, the children can play in the very back of the sanctuary, as they do sometimes on the floor back there. Just be sure you bring them soft toys, not noisy toys, okay? Because again, we are live streaming now, and that will all be picked up on a microphone. So the cafe won't be open, our children's department will not be open, but we're going to be reassessing that from week to week. So as soon as we have enough people that have returned to church that can man all of these ministries and places, then we will be opening those up as well. We're also not going to be starting our Wednesday night prayer meeting right away. We're going to wait to see how our Sunday morning regular services go. But of course, in time, we will be starting those back up as well. In fact, we may even be tweaking those and making some changes to those that we think you'll like. Now, since we are now live streaming our services, you're going to find that the usual order of the service has changed somewhat. In fact, I think it would be more accurate to say that we're still in flux in that regard. We're still trying to find our way, so to speak. So as you return, you will be helping us find our way, and we'll just have to adjust together, I guess. Now, one major thing that will be changing because of our live stream is how we give testimonies and words of encouragement and praise reports. In the past, sometimes you've done that on the fly. Sometimes you've told Mitchell Shelley beforehand, and then he's alerted me to that fact. From now on, I'm going to need for you to text me beforehand, days beforehand, not text me Sunday morning, but text me days beforehand about your praise report or testimony, or give me a call. And then we'll go from there in planning it to include it into our service. If you just come in on Sunday morning and say, hey, I've got something I want to share, we're probably not going to be able to make room for that Sunday morning. So that's pretty much it. So let me go back over that again. We're going to be opening back up this Sunday, May the 17th, at our regular time, 10 a.m. There'll be no cafe. There'll be no children's department opening yet. There'll be no Wednesday night service as of yet. Things are going to be a little different because we're now live streaming, but we'll just have to learn all that together. I'm just going to ask that you use your best judgment when it comes to being safe and keeping other people safe. Just let love guide you in that and wisdom guide you in that as well. I'm going to ask you to sit as families as you normally do and to keep your distance, a safe distance. And again, use your best judgment. Use hand sanitizer. Use it often. As for wearing masks, I'm going to leave that up to you. If you feel more comfortable wearing a mask, then please do. If you don't, if you're kind of past that, then don't wear one. But that's something that you'll have to decide. Remember to respect the space of other people because people might not be ready to get really close yet. So think twice about hugging and shaking hands and so on. In fact, I would just say it's probably best not to do those things right now. And hopefully in a few weeks this will all be over and we can go back to church as we knew it in the past. Well, really, I think that pretty much covers it. You know, you're smart. You'll get it. And so finally, I realize that every person, let me just say this. I realize every person has their own health concerns to take into consideration. You may have small children in your home. You may have elderly people in your home. You may be elderly yourself. You may have health conditions. So I understand that not everyone is going to rush back to church just because we're reopening it. So maybe you're in a high-risk category. Maybe you work in a high-risk job. So each person needs to just prayerfully and carefully make up their own mind as to when they're going to return to church. Hopefully, the live streaming, you've enjoyed it, and it's helped you, and it will continue to help those who are not quite ready to return to church. And also, let me just add, if you are one of those who choose not to return for a while, please remember your church financially. We still have those obligations to meet, and I so appreciate all of you who have been faithful during this time. But just continue doing that, please. Now, for more information, if I haven't answered all of your questions, for more information, you can go to the website, which is right there, shulamitministries.org, and this will all be printed out for you, and it'll maybe answer more questions that you might have. So that is my good news. I hope you think it's good news too, and I guess we'll be seeing you soon, maybe as early as this Sunday. Thank you for watching, and God bless.